I was either too trusting or madly in love. Maybe both. Varick's hands were strong, comforting, as he brushed my hair and pulled it into a top knot. The vampire said nothing, his presence locked behind iron walls, preparations nearly concluded. A shiver raced through me as I anticipated what was to happen next. Securing my hair with a leather clasp, Varick draped the length of it over my left shoulder. I stiffened as he traced a scar on my shoulder, then pricked the rose of my armband tattoo. I was forbidden to say anything, and barely suppressed a moan. "You are quite beautiful tonight, mynheers." His voice was icy and deep, the tone of a predator. My eyes closed and my pulse jumped. "You have no idea how pleasurable this is going to be." I had a pretty vivid imagination, and not only did the German know that, he planned to take advantage of it. Not that I could do much to stop him with my wrists bound to a post on his bed. The silk rope bit into my wrists, igniting fires in my core. Varick exhaled against the back of my neck, then stepped away. The night's entertainment had started. I bit my lip as I looked around the room. His bedroom was lit by only a few candles, just enough light to keep other senses from compensating for darkness, but there were plenty of shadows to hide my lover, for him to remain unseen as he watched me. I wore only a thong and stockings, extremely vulnerable. The vampire had removed the curtains from his bed for our play, denying me that potential cover, no escaping his gaze. A whisper of movement to my right, and I jerked my head around to look. He wasn't there. Instead, he moved behind me, fingers stroking my hips before he blurred away. Varick could come and go in a flash, and I'd never see him. My hands were above my head, and there was only a little slack, meaning I couldn't even turn to face him. Being helpless wasn't supposed to be this arousing, was it? The vampire made another pass, nails grazing my sides this time. I shivered, fighting not to moan. A desire burned my nerves, even as my blood chilled. I was being hunted, worked into a frenzy, and I had no idea when Varick would strike. Not that I couldn't cut my way to freedom. It was just too much fun to acquiesce and let him take advantage of me. The ropes were the symbol of my trust. I gave myself completely to him. Varick's hunting aura filled the room, stroking my senses, eliciting a small whimper. He still kept his emotions from me, but his hunger was everywhere. It was going to be devoured, consumed, and I couldn't wait. My skin prickled as I realized he was right behind me. The vampire offered nothing to my senses, wasn't even breathing loud, but primal instincts knew I was in danger. He continued to stand there, neither touching me nor moving. A shiver raced up my spine, and I tugged briefly at my bonds. Anticipation kicked my imagination into high gear. I wanted his hands on me, his fangs in me, his spirit around mine. But he did nothing. Biting my lip, I glanced over my shoulder, meeting his sapphire eyes. My heart thundered in my chest as I expected him to lunge. Varick stared at me stoically, but I saw the hunger in his eyes. In a few months, I'd become adept at recognizing that look. He wanted me. I wanted him. Why wasn't he biting me? The hunt was over. I'd been caught by a superior predator, and he was due his feast. The vampire's hunger crushed me, making my loins ache, nipping at my nerves. It was time for the blood. "Please," I whispered, tipping my head aside to offer my neck. Varick wrapped me in his arms with a growl, biting deeply into the vein. I cried out, arching into him, anticipation subsumed by relief. Orgasm was instant, nearly painful in its intensity. The vampire consumed me, body and soul. We both groaned when he stopped. The vampire shivered in pleasure, holding me tight. I sagged, weak and rapturous. "Next time, you will escape." I sighed, already imagining that stalk. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others. Social media links are below in the description. See ya next time.